hard to provide for me. They always wanted me to have the best education, so when I was 8, they helped me study for a scholarship to a prestigious school, and I got it. On my first day, I was walking nervously down the hall when I saw a kid on skates rushing straight at me. I instantly jumped back and crashed straight into a girl. To my horror, I realized I'd knocked her science project out of her hands. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, it's not your fault. That idiot is always skating in the hallways. I'll try to glue this back together. Please, let me help you fix it. I once made a volcano project too. The girl's name was Jenna, and I found out we were in the same class. Soon enough, her project was as good as new, and that day, we became friends. My parents adored Jenna, and her parents loved me too. Even though Jenna was from a super rich family, she was always so down to earth, and that's why I loved her. One time in 9th grade, Jenna was going on a holiday with her parents, and she had the most amazing surprise for me. She was taking me with her to Paris, and when my parents said yes, I was on cloud 9. I was having the best time with Jenna in Paris. We visited the Eiffel Tower on our last day, and while we were busy taking selfies, a woman came over and said to me, "Wow, I've never seen eyes as striking as yours. Would you allow me to take some pictures?" I agreed, and the woman took some shots, and that was it. But when I returned to New York, I got the shock of a lifetime. My face was everywhere. I was so mad she just used my pictures. But then, our lives just turned around as the modeling offers started pouring in. Jenna loved coming to shoots with me. I even got her cast in a couple of ads, and she really enjoyed being in front of the camera. A few days after a big ad campaign, Jenna and I were at the cinema to watch a movie when suddenly I was surrounded by fans and paparazzi. Oh my god, Alice, can I have a selfie? Look here, Alice. Smile for the camera. Hey, Alice, sign this magazine for me. It took me 30 minutes to get out of there, and I found Jenna sulking in a corner. We're too late for the movie, aren't we? Yeah, thanks to your rude fan club. They literally pushed me away. I should have just watched it without you. As she started walking off, I ran and gave her a tight bear hug. I'm not letting you go till you forgive me, Jenna. Say you forgive me. Say it. She burst out laughing, and we decided to have a movie night at home. But my fame was rising fast, and after school, I was spending most of my time at shoots. I felt Jenna and I were growing distant, especially since she started dating this new guy, Justin. Even when I was available to hang out, she was too busy with him. In 11th grade, Jenna invited me to the biggest party she'd ever thrown for herself. She'd even publicized it all over Instagram and tagged me. I couldn't miss this one for anything. But an hour before the party, I got a call from my agent telling me I had to come back urgently to a shoot. I tried to reason with him, but there was no way I could back out of it. And when I got to Jenna's party 3 hours later, there was a disaster waiting for me. Jenna was sitting on the floor with her makeup smudged and only a few friends around her. The minute she spotted me, she came running angrily. How could you do this to me, Alice? I really wanted to impress Justin. You were the celebrity guest, and his friends were so disappointed when you didn't show up. They all just left. Jenna, I texted you. I'm sorry. And wait, what kind of guy leaves his girlfriend's party when... Oh, shut up. Don't drag Justin into this. It was the least you could do, since you became famous because of me. All of this happened because I took you to Paris, and you're so thankless. Just get out of my house, Alice. Wow, you're acting crazy, Jenna. Oh yeah? Justin was right about you. You really do think you're some big shot celebrity who's too good for us. Well, I'm too good for you. And with that, Jenna took off a friendship bracelet I'd given her years ago and threw it at my forehead. That made me so mad. I grabbed a chunk of cake and rubbed it in her face. Happy birthday, Jenna. I left her party immediately, but when I got home, I felt miserable. Jenna and I had never fought before, and even though she'd been a jerk, she was still my friend. I texted her an apology, but she never replied, so I thought I'd talk to her at school the next day. But things had changed drastically. Every day in class, Jenna and I used to sit together, but when I went to sit with her that day, I suddenly landed on my butt, and the entire class burst into laughter. You kicked the chair back, Jenna. Me? What are you talking about, Alice? I was so busy, I didn't even notice you. But it's nice to see you back on Earth after flying so high in the clouds. I just missed a birthday party. You don't have to be a huge jerk about it. Girls, just ignore her. The fame has gotten to her head. Get lost, Alice. This isn't one of your shoots. I didn't even know Jenna had such a mean streak. I felt so humiliated that I picked up my bag and decided to sit in the last row. Jenna had changed since she was always with Justin, and I really didn't like that smug guy. He was always trying to flirt with me when she wasn't around. One time when I was coming to school, I saw Justin kicking a bicycle as another kid screamed at him to stop. It was Nico, the new scholarship student. "Hey, stop it. You proved your point. I won't ride in front of your car again, man. Just leave it." No. You need to learn your lesson." Since his first day, Nico was the butt of every joke just because he rode to school on his bicycle. But this was just too much. "Hey, Justin, Jenna's calling you. You better run off to her." Oh, if it isn't Miss Alice from Wonderland. "You look smoking hot today, sugar. I'll be there with you in a minute. Let me just deal with this nerd first." "You're such a creep, Justin." Saying that, I kicked him hard, making him land on his back. Holding Nico's hand, I ran like anything. We only stopped once we got to the school hallway where we knew Justin wouldn't try to hurt Nico. "Wow, you made that hulk of a guy land on his butt. Thanks so much, Alice." Just watch out for that guy. He can be a real psycho sometimes. Yep, I couldn't agree more. Nico was a sweet guy, and he had this positivity that I really liked. From that day, we started hanging out together, and it was really fun. With Nico, I found someone who wasn't hanging out with me because I was famous. He just cared for my company, like Jenna once did. By midterms, I'd been falling behind in some subjects because I was missing a lot of classes for shoots. When the test papers were handed in, I'd gotten an F in math. I guess she's in the right career, Jen. Just a pretty face and no brains. You got that right, babe. And she's not even gonna be pretty forever. I felt my ears burn with anger, but I was also really ashamed. I'd come here on a scholarship, and now I had failing grades. And when Mom found out, she was so angry that she started turning down modeling offers and made me study all the freaking time. One time at home, I got a text from Nico asking me to watch a movie with him, but I had to retake the math test the next day and took a rain check. And the next thing I knew, Nico was at my door. "Hey, what are you doing here?" "Come on, I'm a nerd who's super good at math. I can help you ace the subject." Nico helped me study, and I got an A+ on that test. After that day, Nico and I always studied together. Sometime later, Nico got selected in the school's soccer team. It was great, except that Justin was the captain, and he made it super tough for Nico. One time there was a practice match, and I saw Justin slam his elbow into Nico. He had to sit that practice out, and I was so mad at Justin. "Hey, you totally hurt Nico on purpose." "It's a game. Accidents happen. Chill." But between you and me, sugar, I get a little jealous seeing him around you. Had to teach him a lesson. What a lowlife! And I hated it when he called me sugar. I threw my whole glass of slushy in his face. "That's all the sugar you'll ever get, you creep." What the heck? No one messes up my football jersey. Justin stepped forward as if to push me, and just then, Nico jumped in and pushed Justin back. The jerk landed in the mud. "Stay away from her. If I ever see you near her, I'll knock your teeth out. You got me?" Oh, wow. I've never seen Nico this angry. It felt weird, but also so good. As Nico went off to change, I was waiting for him in the hallway when suddenly Jenna pounced on me out of nowhere. That made me so angry and I fought back. Finally, when I pinned her to the ground, she yelled at me. "Alice, I saw what you did out there. Justin told me how you're always after him, begging him to break up with me and be with you. And now that he's turned you down, you're telling everyone he's a creep? You're pathetic." "What's wrong with you, Jenna? You've known me since we were kids. How could you believe I'd do such a thing?" "People change, Alice. You changed the day you got famous." "No, I didn't. It was all so new for me. And yeah, I got busy, but I didn't stop caring about you. You changed, especially after you met Justin. How could you not see that he's such a jerk? He's making up lies about me, and he's gonna hurt you one day." "You're only saying this because he rejected you, witch." Ugh, you moron. I don't even like him. I like Just then, Nico stepped out of the boys' locker room, and I instantly fell quiet and walked off with him. I hoped Jenna would come around to her senses. A few days later, it was the football final. I left for the bathroom during the halftime break, and as I was washing my hands, I looked up to see Jenna walk in and lock the door behind her. And she looked really embarrassed. And she was wearing the friendship bracelet I gave her. So, listen. You were right about Justin. He told me he was sick one day, and I decided to see if he was lying, and I found him at home making out with the cheerleading captain. I've been a blind fool, but right now, there's something really important I need to tell you. He's gonna go after Nico. He said something about getting revenge on the field. What? They're on the field! Come on, Jenna, I need you for this one. But aren't you gonna yell at me? It was really awful to you, and I'm really sorry. I'll yell at you later, but the truth is, I never really lost hope of us being friends again. We hugged quickly and then ran off to the field. When we got there, we found Nico and Justin fighting like wild bulls.
Don't you dare say her name. Try and stop me, lover boy.
Nico was fighting hard, but when Justin raised his hand to punch him, I saw he was wearing a knuckle buster. I sprung into action and shoved my whole weight into him. He landed on the ground, but before he could get up, Jenna started attacking him.
Jenna, what are you doing, babe? Ow!
Shut up! Don't you dare babe me! I know what filth you are! Cheating on me with that cheerleader! Cheating on you? He said he dumped you.
What, Justin? You said you loved me.
Turns out, Justin was indeed a player, just not as smooth as he thought. While his many girlfriends kicked his butt, Nico and I walked off the ground holding hands. Wow, that was really brave, fighting for me with a guy twice your size.
For you? Yeah. He was being so, he's such...
Nico, just say you like me and kiss me already. He smiled